You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. Jury deliberations have ended in the case involving a former Long Island detective accused of working for the mob. Hector Rosario was convicted of lying to the FBI, but acquitted of obstructions of justice. Prosecutors say the 51-year-old protected the Bonanno crime family by giving tips to law enforcement on rival organized crime families. And the MTA is looking to improve cell phone service for Long Island commuters. Documents show a plan to install new cell towers along LIRR branches with spotty coverage. Now, there are no plans to put Wi-Fi on trains at this time. And Long Island's second largest nursing home is not closing after all. The Cold Spring Hills Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation has called off its closure after an agreement was reached with union workers. We'll hear more on this story from Newsday reporter Robert Brodsky in just a moment. And the Attorney General released a list of top consumer complaints in 2024. Now, among them, 3 are retail sales, which includes price gouging and defective merchandise, landlord and tenant complaints involving security deposits, harassment, and evictions. New Yorkers also complained about car sales, financing, and repairs. And a Long Island couple had a surprise celebration for their 69th wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
95-year-old Fred Zellberger, who is a Holocaust survivor, and his 89-year-old wife were married in 1956. The couple lived in Cedarhurst for 64 years. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather, shall we? Today wasn't so bad. It was a rough start, though, but temps were elevated. You can see tomorrow we're going to have a better day with temps in the 50s. We'll have your 7-day forecast coming up later in the show. All right, so Long Island's second largest nursing home is reversed its plans to close. Now, the Cold Spring Hills Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation reached an agreement with union workers. 77 residents have already moved out, and 150 employees have already been laid off. Newsday reporter Robert Brodsky tells us what happens next.
Are they going to ask these families who represent these individuals, are they going to say, please come back? Are families going to be okay with that after the trauma associated with moving your grandmother or your parent out of a nursing home and then asking them just days later to come on back? What's going to happen for 150 employees who have been working there for years? Do they get their jobs back, or do they just operate with fewer employees? We also still don't know the terms of this modified collective bargaining agreement, what the union has decided to do. We're still waiting to hear back from all sides on this.
Only in Newsday. What's next for red light cameras in Nassau? Newsday examines how the fate of the program will loom large in the November elections. The politics behind red light cameras. Now available at newsday.com/redlight.
You've seen it on TV. Now you can conquer these obstacles yourself and get fit while you're at it.
It's like an adult playground, and it's every possible type of movement. Running, jumping, leaping, swinging.
Here at Smithtown Ninja Academy, you'll build strength and balance while learning the technique to overcome different obstacles. All right, let's give this a shot.
It's a very unique sport. You know, it gets children and adults who aren't really into traditional sports into sport.
And you'll be learning from true American Ninja warriors. Head coach Nick Roleff has competed in 3 seasons.
Having fallen in love with it, I decided, you know what, I want to try to take all the skills that I've accumulated and see if I can give back and coach.
Each week is a new challenge as the obstacles are constantly changing. And they say you can start at really any age.
Doing this, I gained about 14 pounds of muscle.
Mike Wire started as a masters athlete in his 40s.
It's just like you're having fun, so you don't really realize that you're working out, you know? It's just really fun.
All right, this I can handle. This I can handle. Because I'm what, like a foot off the ground? You can build strength, burn calories, conquer a fear, and maybe even become an American Ninja warrior yourself with support along the way.
Our motto is together we'll overcome all obstacles.
Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Egland.
Hordes of baseball-loving Long Island families face an impossible dilemma. Do they visit the Yankees in Tampa or the Mets in Port St. Lucie? In an effort to bring the parties together, Newsday consulted with experts on both sides of the aisle, ultimately determining that the only solution to this eternal vacation conundrum is to visit both.
April through September, you go to Citi Field, you sit in a big stadium, itty-bitty ants, you can see on the field playing baseball, and it's fun, but this is way different.
And autographs?
The best place to get autographs is probably on what is called the backfield. Way back there where they practice in the morning, and that's when you're closest physically to the players, and you can reach something over the fence.
But Port St. Lucie is small enough to where you could easily run into a Met off the field.
One go-to spot is Tutto Fresco, very popular, long-time Italian spot right down the road from the ballpark.
And though Port St. Lucie is growing by leaps and bounds, it still retains a small-town, old Florida feel. Something you'll see in the area's hotels and dockside bars. It's reflected in the friendliness of the locals, the abundance of wildlife, and perhaps most spectacularly, the mangrove tunnels in nearby Fort Pierce, where you might be the only one kayaking on the water.
All right, let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast. Like I said, tomorrow's going to be a pretty nice day with temps in the 50s. It looks like we'll stay dry throughout the week. Wind will be greeting us going into the weekend. And don't forget about daylight savings time coming up this Sunday.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
You're watching Newsday TV. For more on all the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us.